Hello everyone, welcome back to Chanda DIY, and today's video I'll be showing you how to crochet a checker skirt. It is really easy pattern and friendly for beginners. And in this video I also showing you how to make it bigger for different size. Okay, now let's get into the video. First, we are going to make the ribbing part around the waist. To begin, make a slip knot. And chain 11, it is equal to inches length. If you guys want the ribbing part higher, please add more chains. After you got 11 chains, next we are going to make single crochet. For row 1, skip 1 chain and make single crochet into the next chain. To make single crochet, insert the hook into the loop, yarn over and pull up a loop, and now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 2 loops. Keep repeating this into every chain until the end of the row, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, and this is what the first row looks like. Next, for row 2, chain 1, turn your work, and we are going to make single crochet but into the back loop of the stitch only. Keep making single crochet back loop only into every stitch until you reach the end of the row, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, and this is what the ribbing stitch looks like. For the next row, please keep repeating row 2 until you reach row 104. It is equal 24 inches length. It is the measurement around my waist. If you guys want it bigger, please add more rows until you reach your waist measurement. Make sure the number of your row is the even number. And for me, I have 104 rows. Divide by 4, it is equal 26. It is the number of the square for my skirt. And remember the number after you got from divide by 4. Make sure it is the even number. And this is what it looks like after you reach row 104. Like I said, if you guys want it bigger, please add more rows by multiple of 4. Next, we are going to connect these ribbing stitches together. To begin, insert the hook into the first loop. Then continue pull the yarn through the loop. And chain 1. Next, we are going to make single crochet both sides together by insert the hook into both sides loop. Yarn over and pull through both loops, and now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 2 loops. Keep repeating this into every stitch until the end of the row, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the end of the row, and this is what the wrong side of the stitch looks like. And this is what the right side looks like. Turn it right side out. And place this slip stitch seam into the middle part. And then use stitch marker to mark at this both side corner. And this is what it looks like. Next, continue from where your last stitch is. And we are going to make the checker pattern by using half double crochet stitch. Remember, for one row of the ribbing stitch, it is equal 1/2 double crochet stitch. So we are going to make half double crochet into each row of the ribbing stitch. To begin, for row 1, chain 1, and we are going to make half double crochet. To make half double crochet, yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. And now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Don't forget to use stitch marker to mark at this chain 1 stitch. Keep making half double crochet into the next 2 stitches, then I will meet you back again. After you got 3 stitches of half double crochet, next we are going to switch the color at the 4th stitch. After you got 3 loops on your hook, then drop the orange yarn and bring the white yarn. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. For these 2 strands of yarn, we are going to carry it along with the row. Next, please keep repeating by make 3 half double crochet and then switch the color at the 4th stitch until you reach the stitch marker, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the stitch near stitch marker, make sure that you have 3 stitches of half double crochet. Remove stitch marker and we are going to make increase by make 3 half double crochet into the same stitch and switch the color. After you got 3 loops on your hook, then drop the white yarn and grab the orange yarn, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Then make a half double crochet into the same stitch and switch the color. After you have switched the color, then make another half double crochet into the same stitch and switch the color again. And now you must have 3 stitches in the same loop. The stitch and the color should look like this. Next, continue make the checker stitch until you reach the second stitch marker. Then I will meet you back again. After you reach the second stitch marker, like I said, make sure that you have 3 stitches of half double crochet, and then we are going to increase into the 4th stitch or into the stitch that you mark and switch the color. As you can see at the first stitch marker, we may increase at the 4th stitch and switch the color. Remove stitch marker and we are going to make increase by make 3 half double crochet into the same stitch and switch the color. It is the same thing like we did at the first stitch marker. After you have made increase, then continue make checker stitch until you reach the end of the row. Then I will meet you back again. Remember, for the last stitch of the row, we are not switch the color at the 4th stitch. Next, we are going to make slip stitch into the stitch that you mark. To make slip stitch, continue insert the hook into the loop. Yarn over and pull through all the loops. Next, for row 2, chain 1, turn your work. And skip this small loop that near chain 1. Then make checker stitch until you reach the increasing stitch. Then I will meet you back again. After you reach the stitch near the increasing stitch, next we are going to make increase by make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. So for the first half double crochet, we are not switch the color, and for the second half double crochet, we are going to switch to the orange color. And then we are going to make another increasing stitch into this orange stitch by make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. So for the first stitch, we are not change the color. And for the second stitch, we are going to switch into the white yarn. And this is what the increasing part looks like. Next, continue make checker stitch until you reach the other increasing stitch, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the stitch near the increasing stitch, then we are going to make increasing stitch by make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. For the first half double crochet, we are not switch the color, and for the second half double crochet, we are going to switch the color. It is the same thing like we did at the first part of increasing stitch. As you can see, we have 2 stitches in the same loop and another 2 stitches in the same loop. Next, continue make checker stitch until you reach the end of the row. After you reach the end of the row, like I said, for the last stitch of the row, we are not switch the color at the 4th stitch. Just continue with the orange yarn and then make slip stitch into the stitch that you mark. Next, for row 3, chain 1, turn your work, and make checker stitch until you reach the increasing part, then I will meet you back again. After you reach the stitch near the increasing part, then make a half double crochet but not switch the color. And then continue make increase into the next stitch by make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. And we are going to switch the color at the 3rd stitch. And this is what it looks like. You must have 2 stitches in the same loop and 3 stitches of the white yarn. Then continue make a half double crochet into the next stitch, not switch the color. Then continue make increase into the next stitch by make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. And we are going to switch the color at the 3rd stitch. And this is what the increasing part looks like. As you can see, for this increasing part, it keeps adding more stitches. It looks like a V shape. Next, continue make checker stitch until you reach the other increasing part. Then we are going to repeat the same thing like this first increasing part. After you have made increase, then continue make checker stitch until you have one last stitch. Then I will meet you back again. After you had one last stitch, it is the 4th stitch of the color. Then we are going to switch the color. Remember, for one square, you must have 4 stitches with 3 rows. After you got 3 rows, at the end of the row or at the end of the square, we are going to switch the color. Then continue make slip stitch to connect the row. Next, for row 4, chain 1, turn your work, and make checker stitch until you reach the increasing part. Then I will meet you back again. After you reach the increasing part, then make half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. After you got 2 stitches of half double crochet, then may increase into this last stitch of the white color by make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. For the third half double crochet, we are not switch the color, and we are going to switch the color at the 4th stitch. As you can see, you must have 2 half double crochet into the same stitch and with 4 stitches of orange yarn. Then repeat the same thing by make half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Then may increase into this last stitch of the orange color by make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. We are going to switch the color at the 4th stitch. And now you must have 2 half double crochet into the same stitch with 4 stitches of white yarn, and this is what the increasing part looks like. Next, continue make checker stitch until you reach the other increasing part. Then we are going to repeat the same thing like this first increasing part. Then continue make checker stitch until you reach the end of the row and make slip stitch. After you have made slip stitch, for row 5, chain 1, turn your work and make checker stitch until you reach the increasing part. Then make half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. After you got 3 stitches of half double crochet, then we are going to make increase into the 4th stitch by make 3 half double crochet into the same stitch and switch the color. It is the same thing like we did at the first row. And now you must have 3 half double crochet into the same stitch. Then continue make checker stitch until you reach the other increasing part, and I will meet you back again. After you reach the second part of increasing stitch, then we are going to repeat the same thing like the first part by make half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Then make increasing stitch into the 4th stitch by make 3 half double crochet into the same stitch and switch the color. After you got 3 half double crochet into the same stitch, then continue make checker stitch until you reach the end of the row and make slip stitch. After you have made slip stitch, for the next row, please keep increasing by repeat row 2, 3, 4 and row 5. I count it as one set of the increasing part until you reach row 12, then I will meet you back again. And this is what it looks like. As you can see, for both sides it looks curved and more bigger. After you reach row 12, and this is what it looks like. For the measurement around this row 12, it is equal 32 inches length. It's the measurement around my hip. If you guys want it bigger, please keep increasing by repeat row 2, 3, 4 and 5 as one set of the increasing part until you reach your hip measurement, then stop increase. After I reach my hip measurement, then for row 13 until row 45, just make normal rows with the checker stitch, no increase. And this is what it looks like after you reach row 45. Then continue make single crochet into every stitch around, no switch the color until you reach the end of the row and make slip stitch, chain 1 and cut off the yarn. For the measurement from the first square until the 15th square, it is equal 14 inches length. If you guys want your skirt longer, please add more rows by multiple of 3 rows. It is equal 1 square. Next, for the remaining yarn, please use the knit needle to weave in. And now your skirt almost done. For the next part, we are going to weave in the lace around the ribbing part at the waist. For this lace, just make the foundation chains long enough. Fold these 2 rows like this. And insert the hook into both rows. Then pull the lace through both rows. And this is what it looks like. Then skip these 2 rows and repeat the same thing into the next row. keep repeating this until you reach the middle part, and repeat the same thing to the other side. Then I will meet you back again. And this is what it looks like after you weave in the lace into the ribbing part. And now your checker skirt is done. If you like this tutorial, please don't forget to click like and leave a positive comment down below. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.